support they showed in the minutes after the massacre in helping the wounded and the bereaved and ushering people to safety as well. And then he's going to come down here to the beach. You can see probably just behind me some of the floral tributes that have been left in the last few days by tourists, by local Tunisians, and that is where the service will begin. There'll be wreaths laid by the British ambassador and the Tunisian Prime Minister, who's also coming here. The American ambassador will be here. The American embassy lent a lot of logistical support to the British consular officials in the days after the massacre. And there'll also be diplomatic representatives from the countries that lost citizens in the massacre here as well: Germany, Belgium, the Republic of Ireland, Russia and Portugal. So wreath laying, and then be followed by a minute's silence at the same time as the minute's silence in the United Kingdom.
And Ben, you've been there for the last week now. The pain of last week's events obviously still very, very raw. Not just for those British tourists who decided to stay on, but also for the Tunisians who've been so welcoming of tourists and foreigners over many, many years.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the 38 people were killed here, many more were wounded, and it dealt a devastating blow to the tourism industry here in Tunisia, which the country's economy relies on so heavily. For the last week, tourists have just been leaving Tunisia by the day, thousands and thousands. Some of those who are left are here, and they're going to pay their respects to the dead. They're going to observe the minute's silence. The British tourists I've been talking to who are still here said they really wanted to come here to do that. But away from this scene, the hotels are empty, the beaches are empty. It's a very forlorn, sad sight. And there's a real grief here in Tunisia as well as in the United Kingdom, and a sense that Tunisia wants to welcome people here. It wants to be a good host in the Muslim tradition of being a good host, and it feels it somehow let people down with the number of casualties they've been here. It's desperately sad the last few days, not only in the United Kingdom but here in Tunisia.
Ben, thank you. Ben Brown in Suits. The memorial service is being held at St. Barnabas Church in Barnaby in memory of Claire Windass. She was 54, born there, married in the church, and lived for 35 years in Scunthorpe. Danny Savage is there for us now. Danny, Barnaby is a village of barely 2,000 people. The whole place will be united in grief.
Yeah, Clive, it will be. It's a hot, sunny, blue sky day here in North Lincolnshire today. Probably similar to what it was like in Tunisia a week ago. And what everybody here is thinking is, how on earth has their friend Claire not come back from holiday, from a sunny holiday refreshed? Instead, they're coming here to a church on a hot summer's day to pay their respects and reflect on her life. This is where Claire Windass grew up in this village. She then moved to Scunthorpe, where she worked for 35 years. She worked for the local council. Lots of her former work colleagues are here today. I had a chat with one or two of them as they went into the church. The service has just begun in the last 5 minutes. And they all say that she was frankly a lovely woman. She worked with children with learning disabilities. She was so well known to them. Some people had seen her picture in the news over the last few days and said, is that our Claire? Because lots of people here know her as Claire Marshall, which was her name previously to getting married 3 years ago. So they all know Claire. Lots of people have come from the village, people have come from work, people have come from Hull as well, where she moved to 3 years ago to pay their respects. That church is full, and lots of people are in there to remember their friend, their family member, who randomly was murdered last week, and they're now trying to come to terms with that.
Danny, thank you. Danny Savage there in Barnaby. And Thomas is in Blackpool, where two of the victims, Dennis and Elaine Thwaites, were from. And the problem is, I suppose, it's peak holiday season where you are, some are reflecting, just like those people on holiday in Tunisia, that they were just enjoying the sunshine, out, enjoying their lives.
Yes, Clive, you're right. And it's worth remembering it's a busy time in Blackpool now. People here are gearing up for the summer season. But today, people of this town will stop, they'll pause, and they'll remember. And as you say, they will remember two of their own, Dennis and Elaine Thwaites. Dennis was 70 years old, Elaine was 69, both had recently retired. They went to Tunisia on their holiday last Wednesday. On Thursday, they texted home. They told their daughter that they were both fine and they were having a good time. By Friday, they'd been murdered, along with 38 others. Their bodies were repatriated on Wednesday. They were some of the first to arrive home, being flown back by the RAF, but they were both well known here. They worked in the local hospitals. And Dennis Waits, he had quite a story, Clive. He was a former professional footballer. He had a 10-year career with Birmingham City. He was described as a talented player. He won the League Cup in 1963. Both were said to be fun-loving, happy people who were just enjoying the beginning of retirement. And we had tributes from their daughter and their son-in-law. Lindsay, the daughter of Dennis and Elaine Thwaites, said Mum and Dad were the kindest, caring, loving parents any daughter could wish for. Rest in peace. Their son-in-law, Daniel Clifford, said there is now a void in our lives that will never be filled. Dennis and Elaine, two of the 38 who will be remembered here in Blackpool today.
Ed, many thanks. Ed Thomas there in Blackpool. The Wimbledon play has been postponed to allow players and fans to observe the minute silence today. Andy Swiss is there for us now. Andy, would have been remiss for those where you are today not to have had the chance to pay their respects.
Yes, it's another busy day here at Wimbledon, Clive. Already more than 30,000 people inside the grounds. And normally by this time they would be watching play on the outside courts behind you, because play normally starts at 11:30. But for the first time in the Championship's history, they've postponed the start of play until 12:15 so that people can pay their respects. Now what will happen in just a few minutes' time, there'll be an announcement on the tannoy advising people that silence is about to start. That announcement will go out across the hundreds of people queuing for tickets outside the grounds. It'll go out across the practice courts where the players will be training. There'll also be notices on the big screen on the hill behind me, on the big screens on centre court, on courts numbers 1, 2 and 3, advising people that silence is about to begin. Now, this isn't the first time that Wimbledon has paid its respects in this way. Back in 2006, it joined in the 2-minute silence to mark the first anniversary of the 7/7 bombings. But this is the first time that they have delayed play until 12:15, and the organisers here have asked everyone here to pay their respects.
Okay, Andy Swiss of Wimbledon. Thanks, Andy. I'm going to take you to the tour companies that were involved in taking a lot of those holidaymakers from the UK over to Tunisia. They are from the TUI company, which is based there in Luton, and they're the headquarters. They're out in the bright sunshine. Thousands of people preparing to pay their respects with that minute silence in about 6 minutes' time. The pain of the events last week keenly felt by those people there that you see on the screen. The company, of course, responsible, Thomson Holidays, responsible for taking some of those people over to Tunisia on what for many of them was a well-earned break that obviously turned out to be a tragedy that has been the worst since the 7/7 bombs 10 years ago. So the situation there includes the authorities and some of the workers and staff from the TUI company, which was responsible for taking some of those holidaymakers out to Tunisia last week. Adrian Evans from Wednesbury was killed in Suez along with his father Patrick and nephew Joel Richards. He worked at Sandwell Council in Oldbury, where staff will mark today's mid-silence. Phil Mackey is there for us now. Phil, a somber mood there.